Frederick Hunt 1520 asked what type of beard is best for bald guys. He said he didn't see any bald representation in my videos. Fair enough. What type of beard is best for a bald guy? Well, I wish I could tell you that specifically, but there's a problem. Bald is not a face shape. You see, beards are more about face shape than they are about whether or not you have any hair on top. However, there is still some tips and tricks that I can give you guys that are a little bit more follically challenged that might help you rock a more stylish stash or a better looking beard. Let's get into it.
My name's Matty Conrad. I've been a professional barber for over 27 years, and in that time, I've built a number of barbershops and started a brand called Victory Barber and Brand. I spend most of my time traveling around the world teaching other barbers all my tips and tricks on how they can be better barbers. Now, I've been featured in a number of magazines, but more recently I've been showing up as a grooming expert on GQ's YouTube page. Collectively, that series has over 25 million views. So that inspired me to start my own YouTube page so I could answer some of your most burning questions and share with you guys my best tips and tricks to take your grooming to the next level. So here they are. Hi guys, I'm Matty Conrad. Welcome back to my channel. I've had a lot of really great questions from some guys lately that want to know what is the best type of beard to suit a bald guy. And unfortunately, that's kind of the wrong question to ask, because when it comes to guys that are a little bit follically challenged up top and are wearing a full beard, there's not just a one-size-fits-all beard that works for bald guys. There are a number of factors that go into determining which is going to be the best beard for you. Density, texture, growth pattern. But probably the most influential one is going to have to do with your face shape. Today we're going to explore those face shapes and help you identify yours so that you can determine which type of beard is going to suit you best. So you guessed it, it's time for the nerdy stuff. Okay guys, it's once again time for the nerdy stuff. And today we're going to be talking about face shapes. Each person you meet has unique facial features that make them individually recognizable, with a combination of different primary features like their eyes, nose, and mouth, and secondary features like their brows, jawline, chin, and overall face shape. A well-groomed beard is one feature that can add a lot of character and definition to your face, and often we pick beard and hairstyle to complement a face shape by creating a certain sense of balance. Hairstyles that are worn up in the front and short on the sides will give us a more lean and narrow look, while hair that is worn longer on the sides and swept to the side or forward will give your head shape a fuller look. The same is true of beards. Most angular and longer beards will give a leaner and longer look to the face, while rounded and shorter beards will often give a slightly wider looking jaw and a stronger chin. Often, hair and beard shapes are picked to complement one another, but what happens for bald guys? Our follically challenged friends are often only left with a beard shape to do the heavy lifting when it comes to face shape correction. Because they lack the hair on top required to create additional height, their face shape can often look wider. That's why many bald guys opt for a slightly longer or more angular beard shape, because it gives the face a slightly longer and more narrow appearance. Not all beards are created equal, and certain styles work better with certain face shapes. So here's an easy way to determine your own face shape. Take a picture of yourself and bring it up on a phone or tablet. Click the edit button and then the marker icon. Start drawing these predominant shapes around your face. Round, square, diamond, heart shape, oblong, and oval. See which one of these shapes looks most natural on your face. For me, it's rectangular. Check and see which one is best for you while I explain the nature of these face shapes. If yours is oval, congratulations. This is what we usually consider the ideal face shape, and when it comes to correction or suitability, we're often trying to make the other face shapes look a little more like this one. You can wear any style of beard you like, as long as it fits your density, hair type, growth pattern, and lifestyle, so go have some fun with it. Now let's look at the wider shapes, which include oblong, which is narrower at the top and wider at the jaw. If you have an oblong head shape, you will suit a shorter beard that is tighter on the sides with more angular looking outlines to give it a leaner look. Next is square, which is the same width at the top and at the jaw, but is not elongated. If you have this type of face shape, you will suit a more mid-length beard that is tighter on the sides with a slightly angular outline to give the face some elongation. Then there is round, which is wider in the middle with fuller cheeks and not elongated. If you have this face shape, I suggest a mid-length or longer beard that is tight on the sides and has a more angular outline to make the shape look longer and leaner. Basically, on a wider face shape, you want to keep the sides of the beard short, so tapered or faded styles are an excellent choice, especially for my bald friends. Go and watch my How to Fade Your Beard video for tips on achieving that. Now let's look at the narrow shapes. The first one is rectangular, which is equal width at the top and at the jawline, but unlike the square, it's elongated. If you have this type of face shape, you can actually suit a variety of short or medium length beards. Keep the outline looking natural to prevent the face shape from looking too narrow. The heart-shaped face is wider at the top and narrow at the bottom. If you have this face shape, you will suit a slightly fuller shaped beard, making sure to keep the top line high and natural shape to prevent the jaw from looking too pointy and narrow. Finally, we have the diamond shape, which is narrow at the top and at the jaw, but wider in the middle. For these guys, I usually recommend either shaped stubble with a natural outline or a short, slightly rounded beard to give the face more balance. So basically, your goal with a narrower face shape is to give it the appearance of more width using a natural shaped outline and slightly fuller shape. That being said, suitability is really just a guideline. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't have whatever beard shape you want if your beard growth will allow it. If you like natural outlines on a rounded face shape, go for it. And if you want to rock the ZZ Top beard or look like Gandalf the Grey on a diamond-shaped face, it's fine by me. Got a square face, but you want to wear something as wide as a 17th century European aristocrat? By all means do it. It's your style, brother. Own it. Now let's get back to our video. All right, I hope that helped you guys explore a little bit more about face shapes, trying to figure out which one you are and which beard is going to be more complementary to your face. Now we're going to do a little bit of demonstration in my shop at Victory Gastown, where my buddy Josh has come in for his monthly beard trim. Let's get into it. This is my buddy Josh, and you guessed it, he's a bald guy. He also has a bit of a round face shape and his beard's a little grown out, so today I'm going to show you how to create a little bit more of an angular structure to his beard to complement his rounder face shape. Let's get started. Step 1, resetting the beard. So first thing I'm going to do is just tilt his head back, and I'm going to go through his beard with a pick. A pick is the best way to detangle a beard if you're worried about density. Density is something that most guys are trying to maintain as much as possible, and a pick will put the least amount of tension on the beard. So every time I detangle anybody's beard in the shop, I always start by using a pick. You can see he has just a little bit of a weak back corner here. That's definitely an area that we're going to keep an eye on. Once we get it detangled, I'm going to grab a hot towel out of my cabinet and I'm going to wrap it around his face for about 60 seconds. This is just going to help to relax the hairs and get the beard back into a more natural feeling state. While we wait for that to do its thing, why don't we talk about the tools that we're going to use today? Oops. Okay. I wasn't really planning on showing you guys these yet because they're just prototypes. I will tell you more about them at the end of the video, but for now, just forget you saw these. Nah, I mean it, just hush hush. Let's get back to the beard trim. All right, after about 60 seconds, the hair should be nice and soft and I can move on. Step 2, blow dry. So I'm going to take my Dyson Supersonic and a brush, and the most important part about blow drying a square shape is making sure that the airflow is going straight down. So you want to hold the blow dryer nice and high and just use the brush to line up the hairs a little bit. Don't create too much tension with the brush. You really do just want to use it to help lightly smooth out the surface of the shape. If you find the beard getting a little bit too flat at that point, just roll the brush through the beard slightly and the volume will return. Now it's time for step 3, setting the baseline. Josh wants to keep his beard as long as possible, so we're just going to set the baseline right down here. I'm going to take my shaper inverted and I'm going to press a nice clean line straight across the bottom of his shape. Starting from the center and working my way out on both sides. Josh has a very curly beard, so I'm going to have to run my comb through it a few times and probably take a few passes just to get this looking nice and clean across the bottom. So you can see I'm really taking my time to make sure that it's clean underneath the beard. Step 4, freehand shaping. I use freehand a lot when a guard is no longer a good option. For this shape, I am trying to keep things lean, so I'm just going to remove the flyaways from the walls of the beard by pushing straight down over the surface of the shape. I'll comb through the beard a couple of times to make sure that all the flyaways are cut. Time to switch to the other side. In this light, you can see what I'm talking about a bit better. These hairs that are sticking out to the side, those are the flyaways. So by cutting straight down and floating over the shape, I am smoothing out the exterior shape of the beard. Now I'm going to smooth out the front by combing the hair down under the lip and working straight down like this. Be really careful not to cave the shape backwards. Caving the shape backwards will weaken the chin, and this is an area where you want to protect the most amount of growth. Now I'm going to set the downslope on the bottom of the beard, right about here. You can see here that he has a bit of a weak corner, which is likely a result of a self-trimming accident. So I could take this baseline a bit higher to make it look more solid, but that's going to cost us a lot of length, and we're trying to grow it a bit longer. So I'm just going to clean this up and let it grow in. So I'll just match that up on the other side. By taking this corner out, you actually make the beard look a bit leaner, which for a round face shape like his, can be a little bit more flattering. Now you can see, since I set the baseline, the beard has a nice slope into the center. It's still angular, but much less heavy looking. Step 5, tapering the sideburns. Tapering the sideburns means slowly reducing the length in this zone here.
For bald guys or guys that like to wear a skin fade, I don't usually like to see a hard stop or a disconnect in the sideburns. So softening it down will make it look a lot less harsh and a lot more polished.
I'll start with a number 2 guard with my clipper lever closed, working upwards. Then I'll invert my clipper and work downward using a C-stroke to blend it into the beard. Then I'll take a number 1 guard, open my clipper up, and work slightly higher. Now I close the lever and work a little bit higher still. Now I'll remove the guard and open the lever to start blending out the top ½ inch. Then I'll close the lever to blend out the rest. Now that looks much better. Time for the other side. Remember, starting around the middle of the earlobe with a number 2 guard with the lever closed, working upwards. Then inverting the clipper and working downward with a C-stroke to blend it in. You can see how lean and angular the shape is getting. Time for the number 1 guard with the clipper lever open. Then I close the lever and keep blending upwards slightly higher. Now with no guard, lever open. And finally with lever closed. Step number 6, outlining. For this, I'm going to grab my outliner and start by cleaning up the back line. And I'll apply a bit of tension to the cheek and just clean up the top line. Then I repeat it on the opposite side. Make sure that you leave that top line as high as possible when you're doing this. When you take the line too low, it really removes a lot of the growth area of the beard. So keep that line nice and high and your beard will stay nice and thick. Time to trim the mustache. This should peak slightly into the center, so comb it down and angle the trimmer to match the shape of the top lip. Comb the points of the mustache inward, just to clean up the hairs in the corner of the mouth. Then clean up the outside and the top line of the mustache. Step 7, finishing. I'm just going to take a blow dryer and a beard brush to smooth out the shape before I grab my shaver. Now I'm going to grab a foil shaver and shave everything outside of the outlines to really make the beard pop. Then I'm going to grab my Victory Barber & Brand Super Dry, which is my favorite matte finish paste for finishing beards, which will help me smooth it out and give it just a bit of sculptability, without looking shiny or like there's any product in the beard at all. I always like a matte finish on beards. Shiny beards just kind of look cheap to me. It's just a me thing. And then I'm going to take my scissors and get any remaining flyaways or imperfections. I like using scissors to finish a beard. They're a bit more precise and they give a really nice soft finish and shows a little bit of an attention to detail. Our goal for his beard is to grow it just a little bit longer, and you can see the shape looks much better. So now he can keep growing. Well, there it is, guys. I think it looks much better. Remember, he came in looking like this. And with just a few adjustments, he's walking out like this. Just look how happy he is. Nice. So there you go, guys. That's my video on how to create a beard that is suitable to your face shape, whether you have hair on top or not. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some helpful tips and tricks. Do me a favor. Tons of you have been asking me what the best tools are for using on your own beard at home, and most of you think that professional tools are too expensive and some of the other stuff out there is just not up to par. So I am going to start developing my own set of beard tools that I think are up to barber standards, things that guys can use at home. So if you could just click the survey link in the descriptions below and fill out those questionnaires for me, that would really help me understand what it is that you guys need to create the best possible tool set so that you can have the beard of your dreams. All right, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Leave your suggestions for future videos in the comment section below, because next time I just might be answering your question. Until then, good luck and good grooming.